Today we're going to be looking at how we join this with this. So most of you will already know that I have had a FrSky R9 module on the back of this, and I had problems with failsafes, so I am not happy with this and I'm not trusting it anymore. So I went out and bought myself a nice little TBS Crossfire. Now the problem with that is the back of this has its own new proprietary connector which works with this, but that does not work with this. So how do we fix that? Now, well, there's a number of websites around that will talk you through how to 3D print and do various bits and pieces and create a wiring loom, etc, etc. And that's fine. I was actually beginning to do that when I found on Banggood one of these, which is a little cradle that you can connect to and all the wiring loom that you need to have. It comes as this. Now, how this actually works is you simply get the little cable in the back, you make sure that these cables are all on the to the right hand side, so over here, and you slide it on like so. There we go. And then you simply slide this onto the back in the same little holes, push that down. That's now attached to the back, and then quite simply you line up your pins on the back here. There we go. Pop that in, and away you go. Now, when I fire it up, you will see I have a profile for Crossfire already set up. There we go, so Crossfire, and if I turn it over, you can see it's already powered up. So this is all working. Now, all I need to now do is make it work with the Lua scripts.
Okay, so let's be honest. Connecting this is not the easiest thing in the world, simply because of the fact that the pins are, you've got to get the pins right, and you will probably end up bending them at some point. So they're not the most protected pins in the world, and to be honest, it's not easy to have this constantly on the whole time. So you have to take it off every time between uses. So it's a bit of a pain. That being said, the more you use it, the easier it is to put on and off. You get very used to it, and it's not too bad. So what you do next, once you've installed it, you need to get a little SD card. I think I've got a 32 gig on here, which is way more than you ever need. So you install that, you get that, you put the latest files from the FrSky website, so you go and find the right files for this, which I will put a link in the description to. I'll probably put something on screen. You put the files onto here. You can do that by USB, or you can just plug it into your computer. I find putting it into my computer is the easiest way. Take it, put it in the computer, put the files on, install it in here, and then from that point onwards, you do everything else as if it was a normal FrSky module. So everything else is exactly the same, and it just works. For me, it worked absolutely perfectly. I could configure it, I could bind it, I could set all the channels, I could do absolutely everything without a single problem. So there is no issues. As soon as you've got one of these, you can install it and it will work exactly like anything else. One thing I did notice is that you can also use this for different JST modules. So you can use it for the full fat R9 module, the bigger one, which has got apparently more power. You can also use it for other Spectrum or other options of things you can put in there. So haven't tested that, but in theory the pin connections will all work. So away you go, and you can try that out. Okay, so that's a quick video about the connector for the FrSky X-lite for JST modules, specifically in this case the Crossfire module. I hope you've enjoyed the video. One of the things I will be doing, hopefully, is I'm going to do a little bit of a modification, take the cables out of this and then fit it into this 3D printed mount, so it's a little bit easier to put on and off. So I will leave the files where I got this from in the link as well. So if you want to go and get one of these and buy one of these and do the two things together, then that makes your life a little bit easier. But anyway, I hope you found that video useful, and I will see you all next time.